The battlefield was nothing but smoke, fire, and silence broken by distant thunder. Captain Aaron Hayes stumbled through the ruins of a world that was never his. His armor was cracked, his rifle nearly out of charge, and his comms had been silent for hours. The Earth fleet had sent him and his squad here, to the outer colony of Vera 9, to hold a line that had already been broken. Now, he was alone, one soldier in a war that was devouring planets. Aaron pressed a hand to his bleeding side. Each breath felt like fire. "Keep moving," he whispered to himself. "One more step. Just one more step." Night fell quickly on this alien world. The sky shimmered with twin moons, casting a pale blue glow over the shattered terrain. He found shelter in a half-collapsed bunker, sinking against the wall. He thought of Earth, of the photograph he kept tucked inside his vest. A wife who had long since stopped waiting, a child who might never know if his father lived or died. He closed his eyes, ready to drift into darkness, when he heard it. A sound. Light footsteps, careful, approaching the bunker. Aaron's fingers tightened on his rifle. A figure appeared at the entrance, lit by the eerie glow of the moons. Not human. She was tall, slender, her skin a smooth shade of pale blue that glistened in the dim light. Her eyes were luminous, glowing faintly silver, and her hair floated like strands of liquid light. She was beautiful, hauntingly so. And she was the enemy. Aaron aimed his rifle at her chest. His heart pounded. The alien girl froze, raising her hands slowly. She spoke in her language, soft, melodic, incomprehensible to him. No weapon in her hands. Just a small case. He barked, voice hoarse, "Stay back." But she didn't retreat. Instead, she opened the case. Inside were vials, bandages, medical tools glowing faintly with alien energy. Slowly, she knelt, placing it on the ground between them. Then, with a gesture so universal Aaron couldn't mistake it, she pointed at his wound. Aaron hesitated. His rifle trembled in his grip. He had been taught that the Sci-Fi were ruthless, merciless killers. But the girl's eyes were not filled with hatred. They were filled with sorrow. Bleeding and exhausted, Aaron let the rifle dip. Just slightly. The alien girl moved closer, cautious, and pressed a cool, glowing salve to his wound. Pain flared, then relief. He let out a shaky laugh, bitter but grateful. "Guess not all of you want me dead." She tilted her head, as if she understood the tone if not the words. Then, softly, she spoke a single word in her tongue. It sounded like Liara. Aaron blinked. Was that her name? He pointed to himself, weakly. Aaron. Liara smiled. A fragile smile in the ruins of war. For the first time in weeks, Captain Aaron Hayes felt something other than despair. The cave they found was damp and cold, but it was shelter. Days bled into nights as Aaron and Liara lingered there, hiding from patrols of both sides. She would bring him food, strange glowing fruits that tasted bitter but gave him strength. He showed her how to filter water with scraps of human tech. They couldn't speak each other's languages, but gestures, looks, and shared silence filled the gaps. One night, Aaron pulled out the battered photograph from his vest. His wife and little girl, smiling in the sunlight of Earth. Liara leaned closer, her silver eyes wide. She touched the photo with trembling fingers, then pressed her hand to her own chest. Her voice broke softly as she whispered something in her language, then pulled from her satchel a small book, a diary, pages filled with delicate alien script. She placed it in his hands. On one page was a drawing, rough but clear. Not war. Not weapons. But two figures, one human-like, one alien, standing beneath a single sun. Aaron's throat tightened. He didn't need a translator to understand. She dreamed of peace. Over the following days, they fought side by side. When Sci-Fi scouts stumbled too close, Aaron's rifle and Liara's strange energy blade struck as one. Afterward, they would collapse, breathing hard, laughing despite the danger. They were enemies by blood, yet allies by choice. Still, the weight of loyalty pressed down on Aaron. He was a soldier. His comms had sparked back to life for brief moments, enough to hear fragments of human command. Captain Hayes, report, target the alien. He never answered. One night, he broke. What the hell am I doing? He whispered, head in his hands. She's the enemy. I should. But when he looked at Liara, curled asleep by the fire, her face soft and vulnerable, he couldn't finish the thought. She was no monster. She was more human than half the officers he'd ever served under. The tension snapped when they were discovered. A human recon team stumbled across the cave, weapons raised. Aaron stepped in front of Liara instinctively. Captain, what the hell are you doing with it? One soldier spat. Aaron raised his rifle, not at Liara, but at his own men. His voice was steel. She saved my life. She's not your enemy. Not mine. Before blood could be spilled, Liara pulled him back, dragging him into the shadows. They fled under fire, barely escaping. But the message was clear. Both sides would hunt them now. That night, by the light of the moons, Aaron finally spoke the words that had been building inside him. I don't care what they call you, Liara. To me, you're not the enemy. She touched his face, eyes shimmering. For the first time, she whispered his name perfectly. Aaron. And in that moment, war felt very far away. It couldn't last. War has a way of finding those who try to escape it. The morning came with the roar of engines. A Xerathi war machine, towering, bristling with weapons, descended into the valley near their cave. Human forces, too, converged, drawn by the chaos. Aaron and Liara were trapped between both armies. Aaron slammed a fresh clip into his rifle. No running this time, he muttered. Liara ignited her blade, determination blazing in her eyes. They fought like legends. Human bullets and alien energy sliced through the enemy ranks. Back to back, they were unstoppable, for a moment. But then the war machine powered up its core. A bomb, massive enough to obliterate the entire valley. Aaron saw it before Liara did. He knew what had to be done. He grabbed her arm, forcing her eyes to meet his. Liara, listen to me. You have to live. You have to tell them, his voice cracked. Tell them humans are not monsters. Tell them we tried. She shook her head violently, tears streaming. No. Aaron, no. He smiled, broken but resolute. It's the only way. Before she could stop him, he shoved her aside and sprinted toward the war machine. His body screamed in agony, every wound reopening, but he didn't stop. He climbed the wreckage, jammed grenades into the exposed core, and with his last breath, whispered into his calm. For humanity. The explosion tore the valley apart. Light consumed everything. When the dust cleared, Liara crawled from the rubble. Her body shook with sobs. In her hands was Aaron's photograph, charred but intact. His family smiled up at her from the ashes. She stood before the gathered armies, human and Xerathi alike, her voice trembling but fierce. In halting, broken English, she spoke. Humans fight. But they also love. They sacrifice. Even for enemies. The battlefield fell silent. Soldiers lowered their weapons, staring at the alien girl holding a human's memory like it was her own. Liara raised her eyes to the heavens, tears falling. Aaron Hayes. Humanity, forever. And in the echoes of her cry, the galaxy remembered.
Like and subscribe.